Hi guys, welcome to my last video of 2019. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, thanks so much for checking me out. Wow, I cannot believe this year. It has just been absolutely incredible and I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't. As you can see from the title, I'm just going to be talking about my 2019. All in all, a year as a whole. There's going to be some parts that are going to be really great. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a little bit emotional in some of the parts, so bear with me and I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. So obviously we're going to start with January. I just started my year off wonderfully with my husband and his family and my family, and we welcomed in the new year all at my parents-in-law's house, which we almost do every year. We're not doing that this year, however, but it was literally such a great way to start it off with family. I was promoted at school to head of grade, and that to me was such an achievement. It's been my third year. It was the start of my third year teaching. To be promoted just showed me how much my teachers and colleagues and our school management team really thought of me, and yeah, it was really such a challenge for me to go into that, so I was really looking forward to that. I also met my brand new class. I was actually going through my photos yesterday and I took a photo of one of my learners only because she had a Manchester United space case, and I wanted to take a photo of her and send it off to Taryn, who's a big Man U fan. So am I, so no hate in the comments. Looking at that photo, I thought to myself, I wonder how I called her up. Did I call her by her name? Did I just be like, hey you, because it was literally the first day of school. I'm not sure what I would have said to her. And then I was thinking, compared to like the last day of school, I knew her so much better, which was just an amazing thought behind that I know her so much better than I did when I took that first photo with her, which is so weird. Anyway, I also then attended a friend's wedding, a friend from varsity, and that was really, really incredible. February is one of my favorite months of the year because it has Valentine's Day and it has my birthday. February, I was really busy. I went and wrote up like it's a whole 2 pages, okay? But I went and wrote up everything that I did, and going back and having a look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so busy this year, but it was an amazing year. So in Feb, I had another friend's wedding. They are just part of our friends group from after school. We also started the new rugby season. Tyne and I are very much into rugby, if you don't know, and we love it so much. Another thing that we did this year was there was a crisis in Cape Town, specifically actually in the Northern Cape with one of the dams, and the flamingos were not able to have their babies and look after their babies because the water level was so low. So they captured all of the eggs, brought them up to Victoria, and we were able to go and feed them and look after them. I'll insert a clip for you now. It was absolutely amazing. At the time of this happening, we were not allowed to post about it or talk about it or put anything on social media. So if you go onto my Instagram, you won't see any photos of it or videos or anything because we weren't allowed to share. I'm sure now it is not a problem to share that. Also for Valentine's Day, Tyron took me to Monte Casino. He took me out to a lovely dinner, and he knows that I absolutely love the theatre. And so we went and watched The Mousetrap. If you've never heard about The Mousetrap, it is this incredible story, and you need to try and figure out who the murderer is. And I cannot say much more than that because it is supposed to be kept a secret. Going closer to my birthday, my mom organized a weekend away for my birthday with my sister and her husband and my nephew. And that was really fun. We went to Mount Amanzi in Hartbeespoort, and we go there so often. We love it so much. Then that same weekend, we actually met up with my family from the UK. They'd come over and we had a huge family braai. It was all of our cousins all together for the first time in I can't remember how long, and actually since I'd moved. And it was so nice to see everyone. Then it was my birthday. I don't remember anything spectacular happening on my birthday or doing anything spectacular for my birthday this year. I think this year I just wanted to keep it really chilled. And then the best birthday present ever, we got a kitten. So let me explain. We got Cat on the 27th of February. So it was actually the 26th of Feb. I was at school and we had just come back from break, and one of my learners came out and was like, ma'am, there's a cat here. And so I went there, I had a look, and she was hiding under one of these massive like boat crates, travel crates. And I said, I'll just leave the kitten. She'll go back to where she comes from. She'll be fine. That afternoon, I walked out of my class and she was sitting on our corridor. And I looked at it and I was just like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? This poor little thing. I still had some pizza in my lunchbox, so I took out the pizza and I was breaking it up and I put it down, and this kitten went crazy for this pizza. It looked as if this kitten hadn't eaten food and I don't know how long. I went home. The next day I was like, okay, the cat's gonna be gone, but I'm gonna bring some food from home just in case. Since I had cats, it wasn't a problem. I brought some food and the cat was still there. So I gave the cat food. All in all, that cat trusted me, came into my class, walked around my class the whole of the 27th, which was absolutely so amazing. I had such a great learning opportunity with my learners as they all got to see this cat. And when I was like trying to call it and rub my fingers together like this, going, all my kids were like, and I was like, we can't all do it at once. Calm down. It's not going to work like that. She's definitely not going to come to you if we're all trying to call her. So that afternoon, I decided I'm going to take this kitten to the vet, get it checked out, make sure everything's okay with it, and I would find it a home. AKA the reason I called it Cat. I didn't want to give it a name because I was really worried that I would get attached. As you know now, we still have Cat. We couldn't change her name. It just felt too weird. Her name is Cat. Everyone that we tell is like, oh, that's so original. I know. If you understand the story, you know why we called her Cat. So now she's in our home. She's not even 1 year old yet. And we have her kittens as well, which is just... Anyway, that was my February. March is when I actually started getting into golf with my husband. So Tyron got into golf, I want to say middle last year, 2018. And he's been playing golf, and he kept telling me, like, just come to driving range with me. Come to this 9-holer that's really close to the house. Just be really nice with you. Just walk around and fitness and whatever. And I decided, why not? Let's play some golf. So on the 1st of March was literally the first time we ever went to the golf range. It wasn't driving range, I don't know what you call it. Golf course. It's just a 9-holer. And I played golf for the first time, and that was really awesome. Also celebrating my mom's birthday, as well as going away with uni friends. So from university, we are a group of 5, and we're all married, and all 5 of us went away with our partners. And it was such a wonderful time for us all just to go away together and spend time together, because I'm sure most of you will know, once you finish varsity, once you finish high school, any big milestone, you just lose contact with those people. And it is very hard to sort, but unfortunately it does happen. So we need to make sure that we keep in contact all the time. So we decided we're going to do a weekend away and just have a really, really wonderful time. Then after that, it was a colleague's wedding, and it was really nice to go to that and just to celebrate with the people that you work with on a daily basis. One of the biggest moments from March was definitely Ed Sheeran. I went and saw Ed Sheeran live, in Johannesburg, and it was just incredible. Let me tell you, Ed is such a good singer, such a great performer. He is so present in whatever he's doing, and I've always loved his music. April is also such a big month because it's the month that Tyne and I started dating, and this last year we celebrated 12 years of actually being together. And many people have said to me, we must stop counting those since we're married now, but I don't think I can. It's just like a day I'll never forget, and just to show how much we really know each other and how much we have done together over the years is just so incredible. I went on another getaway with one of our friends from high school and his family. Tyne and him and his dad and brother all went to go and play golf in Highland Gate in Dullstroom. So we all went there, and it was a big family gathering for actually my friend's uncle's birthday. So we were just dragged along with it, but it was a fantastic holiday. And Jake also turned 3, which was incredible. Going back and looking at those photos, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so small and he's grown up so much throughout the year. We also had a friend's photo shoot, which was absolutely incredible. Us 5 uni girls got together and we decided, no, we wanted to do a photo shoot, as 2 of them were planning on immigrating to Australia. So we wanted to get together and make sure that we had memories of us together. Then we get into May. Oh, I'm already getting emotional. I haven't even started. I warned you. May was a crazy month. On the 7th of May, we had people from our district offices, Department of Education, actually come to our school, and I had someone from the department sitting in my class and watch me do a lesson. Now, from that feedback that I got, it was extremely positive, and my school management team was really impressed. They invited me out for lunch with them to, just thank me for all my hard work, because this departmental head was really chuffed. So that was an amazing day. I was in a very good space during that time, because working up to that, making sure everything's caught up, making sure your lessons and worksheets and everything's done, is very stressful. So I was in a really great place because everyone was so like, yes, well done, Megan, you did so great. The 8th, we had the day off because we were having our national voting day. Then the 9th came around. Ooh. The 9th will always be a day that I will never forget. I had such a great day planned. I was going to go and get my nails done, which I do often, so it's nothing new. After that, I was going to pick up Jake, and then we were going to go to Loftus, which is our rugby team in Pretoria, the stadium. We were going to go to Loftus because they were having a meet and greet day, as well as having obstacle courses for kids and so on. So I'd asked Bianca if I can take him, and she said, of course I can, and that was my plan. I was leaving school. We can leave school at 2:30 in the afternoons, and that afternoon I left my class a little bit early. I got to the car early, and I was sitting in the car and I was waiting, and I so clearly remember I looked at my watch and it was 2:27, and I thought, 2:27 is not going to kill anyone. I'm going to leave now. And that's what I did. The one colleague was sitting outside on the grass, and I just waved at her and she waved, and I reversed and I left. Now going towards Pretoria, I got into a massive car accident. I broke my wrist and I rode off my car, and it was really just a tough time. It's so silly. My car was a very big deal for me. I got her in my second year of varsity, and I was paying for her myself. And I was basically almost unpaying her off, and I got into really bad car accident. So let me explain what happened. So I was driving. It's a 2-way street with an island in the middle, and I was approaching the traffic light, and there's a turning lane from the front, and they were turning in front of us. It was green for both sides, so it was legal. But my last thought was, I hope another car doesn't turn. I hope another car doesn't turn. And this guy turned in front of me, and I drove into him. I ended up spinning out of control. My car flipped onto its side, and I was facing back the opposite way of the way I was driving. So I spun 180 degrees. Nothing serious happened. I only broke my wrist. So they rushed me to hospital and I had to get an operation because my bones had completely moved. It had broken in a joint over here in my wrist. And that's my scar. I'm sure you've seen it before. If you go and watch back on other videos, I'm sure you'll see my scar. Yeah, that's what happened. So I've got metal plating now on my wrist. That was my May. It was a very, very difficult time. I got extremely depressed. I wanted to be at school, but I was booked off for 4 weeks where I wasn't allowed to work. I couldn't work because it was my right hand, and I'm right-handed. So I wouldn't be able to teach, and I wouldn't be able to write for my learners or mark the books or anything. So I was literally at home. It was one of the most difficult times that I can ever remember. I got extremely depressed, very doubtful in my own mind. I had a lot of questions. I was asking myself, why am I alive? Why am I here? I could have easily died. I could have easily hit my head. I could have easily anything. And so it was a very, very difficult time for me. Also, the recovery process was a lot longer and a lot worse than I thought it would be. I personally feel like I wasn't given enough information when I went home, as in how much movement I needed to be doing, how much stretching of my fingers and so on. Enough about the car accident. We also went and saw Detective Pikachu, and that was incredible, as well as I got my new car, which is an Audi A1 3-door. However, I do not drive my Audi. Tyron actually drives my Audi and I drive his Mercedes-Benz. So June, we had a vacation holiday with my mom and them, again at Mount Amanzi. This Friday I will never forget. It was literally the last Friday of school, just before the holiday, and things were just crazy. Like I said, I was not in a good place. I was very depressed, and one of my friends, Luke and Julia, actually stayed rather close. They stayed in Harties. Julia is one of my university friends. They came and joined us for a ride there, and when I rocked up there, they were already there, and I was so excited to see them. But it was really cold. My hand was still sore and annoyed, and I was just not in a good headspace. And on that Friday, Julia and Luke told us that they had booked their ticket to immigrate to Portugal. And that was such a difficult day for me. Jeez, I was already depressed, and that just hit me even further. I literally sat in the room the whole evening. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was cold. I was just irritated, and it was really, really, really difficult for me to accept. But a week later, I did see them, and I said to them, I know I was really depressed, but we just don't talk about it, and we pretend like we're not going here. Then it was school holidays, and my mom and I went away just for the weekend, and we went to the Kruger National Park. My mom and I absolutely love the Kruger. It is our favorite place to go to. I remember from when I was here big, we were going to the Kruger, and I think it holds such a special place for my mom and I. Again, it was a very hard month of depression for me. I needed to get away because I was tired of being home. To understand, I had 1 week back at school, and then it was school holidays. So I was at home, I'd work for a week, and then back at home. So it was really difficult for me to be back and be like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck here again, I'm stuck. And so I literally just said to my mom, I need to go, I need to get out, I need to go away. And Tyron was working, unfortunately, so my mom was able to come with me just to clear my mind and help me get through this very difficult time. July started off with another family holiday, but this time I went away with Tyron's family. We went to Weesgerus. It's just like be relaxed in Afrikaans, and it's their favorite place to go to on holiday. I also then decided to cut my hair. I'd done this previously. 2 years ago, I cut my hair for cancer, where I went really, really short. But with the slow process of my recovery really made simple things very difficult, like washing my face or washing my hair. To understand this hand, I couldn't twist it like this. So anything I was doing, I had to do with one hand. So I just decided, with my hair being so long, and it wasn't even that long, I think it was about this long, I decided I cannot do that. I need to cut my hair. So I went and I cut my hair into a nice little bob, and it was much easier to maintain. We then had another friend's holiday. Out of the 5 university girls, 1 couldn't make it, so just 4 of us went along, and it was so nice. We went to Delstrom and we just chilled with each other, played games, and it was such a nice time. July was another very successful month because in this month I helped one of my learners in public speaking, and she ended up winning the public speaking for our grade and for our phase. So that was also really, really exciting. August was a huge month. It was the month that we said goodbye to Luke and Julia, and it was one of the saddest things that happened this year. Just for to lose someone so close to us. Not lose, just put a little bit further away. But it's not the end of our friendship. We still speak to them on almost daily basis. I also had one of my colleagues' baby showers, which was so amazing. I didn't expect to get invited, and it was just amazing. Tyne and I celebrated our 3-year wedding anniversary, and we got married on a perfect time. They're quite close to our anniversary. It's actually a long weekend because it falls over Women's Day, and it's perfect because then I can always get a holiday or something with it. So we ended up going to Umhlanga, which is in KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, and I love also going to the beach. So it was so nice to just get away with them and go there. Another terrible thing that happened this year, that in August, I was getting out of my depression. I was working on it a lot. I was seeing someone to just help me deal with everything that was going on. And then we're at school one day. I think it was a Friday as well. We're at school and there are rabbits on our school ground, which is so cute. And I was like, oh, yeah, great. We had the cats that worked so well. Let's get a rabbit. And I'm not sure how many of my learners have actually seen rabbits before or even touched a rabbit or anything. So I was holding this rabbit and walking around my class. My kids were giving him a rub. Every experience that I've ever had with a rabbit, they're awesome. They're really cute and, they're great. My biggest problem was I was struggling to contain him, to hold him properly in this arm. So I thought, okay, since this arm is getting better, I can hold him like this and then put my strong arm over him, so if he wants to jump up, I can stop him. And so I switched arms with him and I was rubbing him, and one of my learners was really worried, and she's like, no, she doesn't jump. I said, look, he's not going to bite you. Rabbits, they don't just viciously attack anyone. You'll be fine. So I rubbed his ears, and the one time as I was going in, he went forward and he bit my finger. Now, if you do not like anything, okay, no, I'm not going to send a photo. It was really horrible. I still have a scar. It was on my middle finger. I don't think you'll be able to see the scar very well, but it was huge. It was a deep bite. He gnawed on it. It was like he grabbed it and he stayed on it, and then he bit on it for a little and then he released. So the insides were all it was really disgusting. It was really bad. But I grabbed my hand closed. I was like, it's a little scratch. It's not a big deal. I carried on walking around with this rabbit. And then when the blood started running down my arm, one of my learners Miss Megan, you're bleeding. I was like, wait, this is a lot worse than I thought it was. I said, grab me some tissues. I dripped all over the floor. So obviously I cleaned that up, grabbed tissues, put them on, went to our first aid teacher and said to her, what do I do? Where do I go? What's happening? Put plasters on it. Throughout the day I had to change my plasters 4 times because I was bleeding through the plasters. It was really bad. That afternoon I went to the hospital and they just stuck it closed for me. They're like, there's no use doing stitches. They're just going to put super glue on it and stick it closed. It was very irritating. I know if you go back and you look at my Portugal video where my sister and I do the what do you hear, where it was just you'll see I hold my phone funny, always with my finger up, because it was literally so sore. I couldn't pick up anything using my finger. It's gotten much better though, as you can see. It was also Tyron's birthday in August, and it was also the month that I got my first tattoo. Now, go watch that video. It's all in my playlist. Just go and check it out. But I always wanted my tattoo on my right hand. But now this is a tattoo all in its own, and its own story. So I did it on my left arm. And this was also the month where I discovered the Dolan twins. Now, just going back and watching their videos really helped me just to, I don't know what. I think it was such a good, because of the way that they bond, and you know how funny they are. It really pulled me out of that depression so well, and it really helped me through it. So if you don't know them, go and check them out. They're really awesome. September was just more time with my friends. Obviously throughout the year we've been quizzing, and more time with them, and growing in friendship with all of them, growing in love, growing in everything. It's also the month where we do my absolute favorite theme for the year, which is space and planets, and I absolutely love giving that theme. So September is always like such a good month, because I'm like, yes, it's starting to warm up and things are going, and you got space theme, and it's going to be great. And then one afternoon at school, I get a phone call from Tyron, and he's like, are you at home? I was like, no, I'm at school. It's a Wednesday and I've got chess, and obviously I'm at school. Then he's like, okay, cool. Please call your mom. And I was like, okay, I'll call my mom. Gave my mom a call, and we found out that my grandfather had passed away in Portugal. And yeah, it was really difficult time. Only for about a week before that was he really sick. And yeah, it was really hard. So that was on a Wednesday. Literally the Friday, we flew to Portugal. We went first to Rome, and then we spent 20 hours in Rome, and then Rome we flew to Portugal. I was in Portugal for 2 weeks, and we flew back home. I do have a vlog of Rome. It's also in my playlist. You can check it out. It's always been a dream of mine that when I go to Portugal, I want to go to Portugal with my mom. My mom is Portuguese, although she wasn't born there, she was born in Mozambique. But, you know, it's just something that I've always wanted to do with my mom, and now we had the opportunity to do that. It was my mom, Bianca, and myself. It was just us 3 girls that went for my grandfather's funeral, and it was literally the most amazing 2 weeks ever. Portugal is beautiful. If you have plans of going to Europe, definitely put Portugal part of it. I cannot explain to you how gorgeous it is. October. The 2nd of October, we got back from Portugal, and I remember I got home and I looked at our cats and I was like, oh my gosh, Tyron, they're getting so fat. You overfed them. He was like, oh, I didn't. They're fine. I was like, okay, chill, whatever you want, whatever. Went to school on the Wednesday. The Thursday I got home, well, went to school, you know what I mean. Thursday I got home and I literally looked at Kat and I thought, oh, I wonder if she's actually pregnant, not fat. Took her to the vet on the Friday. She was pregnant. The Friday after that, she gave birth to kittens. She gave birth to 3 beautiful boys, 2 gingers and a grey one. And they are so cute. But just like Kat, I said, I'm not going to name them. We cannot keep them. They need to find home. Another thing that was an achievement was one of my learners got a prize for a mental math challenge within the department. He made it to district level, which is incredible, and he had his award ceremony as well as I started TikToks. November was just more time with friends, also watching the Rugby World Cup. It already started at the end of September, so I watched 2 World Cup games while in Portugal. But getting back, it was just so nice to be with Tyron and to watch these World Cup games with them. When we made it to the quarterfinals, we made sure that we were making time with our friends, and we had many braais with them to, you know, just to celebrate how well our country is doing with rugby. And then on the 2nd of November, we won the Rugby World Cup, which was so amazing. I'll try and insert a little clip.
How good does that feel? 1995. Francois Pienaar Springboks. 12 years later, John Smith Springboks. And now, 12 years later. domination. It's coming home. England, brilliant, and Sarah to the stands. And there is indeed a cup of gold at the end of the South African rainbow, in the presence of their president, Cyril Ramaphosa, a country that so desperately needs to smile collectively.
We also had a girls' night for Bianca's birthday, which was always nice. I started a puzzle, a cat puzzle, which was so nice as well. I just love puzzles, and when I saw a cat puzzle, I was like, obviously. As well as spending a lot more time with Jake. In November, I don't know what happened, and we just spent a lot of time together, which I love. I love him to pieces. Then we get to December, which is right now. And I'm pretty sure you know all about my December because I did a whole vlogmas about it, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. We had a year-end function at school. Tyne and I went to Cape Town. All the vlogs are in my Christmas 2019 playlist. Go and check it out. We had a colleague's wedding. We had family Christmas dinners early in the month. I spent lots of time with my family and my friends, as well as doing after Christmas a lot of game days. So we invited friends over and we played Xbox, and it was just so much fun. Tyne and I started playing Unravel 2. The guys were playing FIFA, and then we also started playing Overcooked 2. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. Yeah, it was just amazing. And then Christmas Day, we spent it with Tyne's family as my mom and them went. And then today for New Year's Eve, we're going to be spending it with my mom and them probably. Just having a chilled ride. One other thing I want to talk about is the music that I've listened to this year. Music is such a big deal in my life. I absolutely love music. I use it when I'm depressed, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm driving, when I'm sleeping, when I'm everything. I love to listen to music. I know lyrics. I know shouldn't do dance moves. I sing. I probably shouldn't do that either. But you know what I mean. So I just wanted to go over my top artists and songs for the year. So I'm on Deezer. If you want to go and follow me, you're more than welcome. I think I'm Megan Allen. I'll double check. I'll leave my link down below. I've got lots of playlists that you can go and like as well. So you can do that. So my favorite artist of the year was definitely Shawn Mendes. In the beginning of the year, I want to say about March-ish. I think it must have been March. I think In My Blood came out, and I just decided I'm going to make a playlist with all of his music, and I absolutely love it. All of his songs are so chill. They're so mellow. I feel like it's such a good any mood listening to music. If you're upset, you'll listen to it and cry, but when you're happy, you'll listen to it and be more uplifted. If you're in love, you listen to it and your heart swells. If you're sad, you listen to it again, your heart swells. It makes you happy. I just absolutely love Shawn's music. Love it. My genre for the year was pop. My song of the year was Critical by Sam Tompkins. Never heard of him ever before. I actually accidentally found his song, listened to it, and I love the little bit of like the rappy type music as well, and I fell in love with it. And yeah, I listen to it still to this day. I cannot stop listening to it. Anytime I'm with Bianca as well, she's like, oh, this song again. I'm like, yes, this song again. I love it. And the amount of time I spent listening to music this year was 19,074 minutes. That's approximately 14 days straight of listening to music. Now, when I saw this number, I thought it's probably not, like, it doesn't seem like that much, but it's actually a ton if you think about it. It's a lot. Right, so my top artists for the year. So first was Shawn Mendes, obviously. Second, Ed Sheeran. Third was Queen because of Bohemian Rhapsody. Fourth, Taylor Swift. And fifth, Avril Lavigne. Again, with Avril, I've always been a big fan of hers, and this year somehow I just got this revive to her older albums, and for a while I was just listening to all her older albums. Then my top 5 songs for the year. Number 1, Critical by Sam Tompkins. 2, Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. 3, South of the Border, Ed Sheeran featuring Camila Cabello and Cardi B. 4th, Señorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. And 5th, is Jesus in LA by Alec Benjamin. Guys, that is my video for today. The last video of 2019. I can't believe it. I just want to finish off this video by saying thank you so much to everyone who has supported me throughout this year. This was an extremely difficult year, and if it wasn't for the people in my life, I don't think I'd be here. I had tons of support, I had tons of love, and I just want to thank you. This was the year as well when I started up my YouTube channel again. I think I started my YouTube channel in 2017 and really did nothing with it. And this year I decided this is the year I want to do something. I want to be inspiring, I want to be remembered, and not just for other people to remember, but for me to remember. And I can always go back and have a look and watch these videos and say, oh yes, this is what I did this year. So thank you so much. The number of subscribers I have is just incredible, and the number of views I'm getting are amazing. I will definitely be bringing out more videos next year, which I'm very excited for. I've already started working on plans and ideas and things that I want to do. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe down below and turn on the notifications so you know when I'm uploading another video. Give this video a like. Check out all my other videos. I have a big range of things, from just chatting videos to getting to know me videos to literally painting a painting for the first time. I forgot to mention that. I did that this year. Wow. This was so fun, guys. And I'll see you next year. Bye.